G'day guys, welcome back into another video on the channel. Now in today's video I'm going to be going through each and every Wafl stadium and explaining them, such as telling you guys how much it can hold, what teams play there, when it was built, etc. But before we do get into the video, only 5% of my viewers are actually subscribed, and I think that is absolutely disgraceful. So remember to hit that subscribe button and like up the video, and we'll get straight into the video. First up, we have Bassendean Oval, otherwise known as Steel Blue Oval, home to the Swan Districts. Bassendean Oval has a total capacity of 22,000. Bassendean Oval was built in 1929 and first used by the Swan Districts in the Wafl in 1934. On one side of the ground, there's two major stands and the rest of the ground is just grass sitting area. It is also an 11-kilometre drive away from the Perth CBD. Now let's move on to East Fremantle Oval, home to the East Fremantle Sharks. East Fremantle Oval was built in 1906 and the East Fremantle Sharks started using it that very year. It also has a total capacity of 20,000, but the capacity will be downgraded to 18,000, but the better facilities should make up for that. It's currently under redevelopment, so then Perth are able to bid for the next AFL gather round. It is also an 18-kilometre drive away from the Perth CBD. Next up, we have Lathlane Park, home to the Perth Demons and West Coast Eagles reserves. This ground has a capacity of 6,500 and was built in 1959. Perth Demons moved in 1959 when it was first built, and the West Coast Eagles reserves moved in 2019 when they joined the Wafl. It is about a 6.5-kilometre drive away from the Perth CBD. Let's move on to Leederville Oval, home to East Perth Royals and the Subiaco Lions. Leederville Oval has a total capacity of 15,000 and was built in 1915. The East Perth Royals moved in 2003. Closely followed behind by the Subiaco Lions in 2004. On one side of the ground there are two large main stands. Leederville Oval is also about a 3-kilometre drive away from the Perth CBD. Next up we have Pentinent Stadium, home to the West Perth Falcons, which has a capacity of 16,000. Pentinent Stadium was built in 1993 and the West Perth Falcons started playing there in 1994, the very next year. On one side of the ground there's two major stands, and then pretty much the rest of the oval is just grass sitting area. It is also about a 28-kilometre drive away from the Perth CBD. Let's move on to Revo Fitness Stadium, home to the Claremont Tigers. This stadium has a capacity of 5,000. Claremont Oval, as it was known back then, was built in 1905, but has recently been renovated and renamed to Revo Fitness Stadium. In these renovations, they have added hotels all around the ground, but they aren't quite done yet. As you can see on the south end of the ground, they're still yet to put a few more hotels in. Claremont Oval is also a 10-kilometre drive away from the Perth CBD. Now let's move on to Rushton Park, home of Peel Thunder. Rushton Park was built sometime in the 1960s and has a capacity of 9,000. Peel Thunder first moved into Rushton Park in 1997 when they joined the Wafl. It's a pretty simple stadium, with one main grandstand on one side and the rest of the seating being grass. Rushton Park is also a 71-kilometre drive away from the Perth CBD. Let's move on to Fremantle Oval, home of the South Fremantle Bulldogs. Fremantle Oval was built in 1895 and has a total capacity of 10,000. South Fremantle moved into Fremantle Oval in 1901. At this ground there are two grandstands, one of them being behind the car park and the other one being in one of the pockets. And for the rest of the seating it's just concrete terracing. Fremantle Oval is also a 23-kilometre drive away from the Perth CBD. I hope you guys did go on to enjoy today's video, and if you did, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.